Welcome everyone to the webinar about how to structure and write your own workshop so you can build your health coaching business. I'm Lori Kearney and I'm the founder of workshopsdone.com. I'm going to be screen sharing here so we can get right to all the good stuff. So as a lot of you probably know, wellness workshops are one of the fastest ways to grow a high quality email list, expand your health coaching practice, and add a lot of income to your business. So in today's webinar, we are going to do a lot. It is going to be jam-packed. A lot of times on these types of webinars, you might only do like 3 or 4 tips, but I'm going to give you all 12 tips on how to structure and write your own workshops. A lot of these, I have secrets that will have your audience asking you to work with them. I didn't realize when I first started that I was doing these secret things, but people would always ask me if I could work with them. And how to sell by being your authentic, beautiful, and loving self, but not being salesy. And then how to create an action plan for the audience and for you. These are 2 completely different calls to action. And then how to make money by giving workshops and how to grow your health coaching business and how to get involved with the next Workshops Done immersion course. Since I'm going to be going over these 12 tips, about 6 tips in, we're going to be having a commercial break about the Workshops Done program that's going to be starting in a few weeks. And if you haven't already, just come to a place that is quiet, have a piece of paper in front of you or a notebook. There is a lot of value in this workshop, and you can absolutely change the direction of your business by what you learn just in today's webinar. So it's one that you may not want to be multitasking, which I know I have done many of webinars. So my name again is Lori Kearney. I am a certified integrative health coach and the owner of Mindful Health. I went to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition and I coach clients individually. Most of them are just like this by video, but I also meet with some clients via phone and also in person in Minnesota. I also conduct wellness workshops at corporations and organizations, and I run an online seasonal detox program. So my website is Mindful Health with Lori, and then the Workshops Done is workshopsdone.com. And it just organically happened that over the last couple of years, I've had so many health coaches ask me, what is your secret to success? Why are you always on a wait list for your health coaching clients? And it always came back to giving workshops. That when I was at the Institute of Nutrition, I started to give workshops, and my goal was to write 1 new workshop a month and give it at least twice. And in those workshops, people started to ask to work with me before I even graduated. And so it all comes back to having that formula. So when you give a workshop, the first thing is, one of my goals is to make sure that I get them on my email list. And I know so many people talk about increasing your email list, and I am all for that, but I have a golden email list. And I say that it's golden because it's still kind of on the small side, but I have a relationship with every single person. I've either met them via webinar like this, or I've met them in person at a wellness workshop. So they are already interested in the business, and typically they funnel 2 different ways. I have my health coaching practice, which is a one-on-one program, and I usually have people go into 4, 8, or 12 sessions for the package. Or they can go into my lower cost program, which is an online group program, and that is a detox program that I have. Some people just sit on my email list for a couple months before they dive into something, and there are a few that just keep going to just the workshops, and that's fine as well. So you're probably wondering, okay, this is exciting. How can I structure and write my own workshop so I can grow my health coaching business? So the first one is probably the biggest one. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this. And this is to brainstorm, to choose the topic and the title. So we want to make sure that it's something that you're passionate about. So think about the health topics that you are most passionate about discussing with your clients and your friends. In the Workshops Done immersion course, I have a worksheet on this exact webinar. And so you would have time and space to write this down. So if you're watching the recording of this, you may want to press pause and just write down all the subjects that really set your soul on fire. What makes you want to learn more? List every idea possible. I know my list is so long, and this is why I've written over 25 workshops, and I have files for workshops that I'm going to be writing, because all of these are potentially new workshops that you can be writing. So from all the ideas that are generated, what is one core subject? Which one on your list connects directly to your health coaching niche? And I know some of you might be like how I was at the beginning. I don't know what my niche is yet. Just think about, if you could have the lottery of picking your clients, what kind of clients would you want to work with? Would you want to work with clients who have, depression, anxiety, who have pain in their body, who are going through menopause, who have families? Think about what would be the most fun and passionate for you. What are these problems that people want to have solved? So for example, with my clients, I work with people who are eating the standard American diet. So my clients are going to McDonald's. So a lot of them have a sugar addiction. Maybe for you, your clients are going through menopause, or they're really struggling with how to get a healthy meal on the table for their family after a long day's work. So think about, what does your audience want to know about this topic? What is their biggest frustration or health concern? What problem do they wish, if you had this magic wand, that they could have solved? I learned a lot when I started to listen more than I speak, and I still struggle with this, but this has been an intention with my health coaching clients, and it really has sparked so many new ideas for workshops. Let your clients complain to you. Is it that I just want to kick the sugar habit, or I want to get rid of these nasty menopause symptoms? What can I do? Next, think about your core purpose for writing this talk. What do you hope people will be able to do when they leave this workshop? So your title is what you want your audience to learn, what they can do. So if we're doing the worksheet, you again can pause the webinar right now and just think about what would be the title of your new workshop. So one of the workshops that comes with the bundle with the immersion program is how to kick the sugar habit. So your title page might look like this. When people walk in the room, you're going to have this up on the screen, your logo, all your contact information. So when you walk in the room, the first thing that you need to do is be prepared. And this is something, the next part, that people do not do a lot, and I can't believe that they don't. So I guess this is one of my secrets, is that I go around and I introduce myself to as many people as I can. So this is a picture of me, and I was a keynote speaker at a corporate event, and so there was about 100 people, about 10 round tables. And so I got there nice and early, had everything set up, I did my meditation, had my happy feelings going on, and then I walked around to every single table and introduced myself. I let them know that I was happy that they are that they're here, and I asked them, what sparked you to sign up for this workshop, or why are you attending? What do you hope to learn from it? I get so much useful information. It is amazing. And I'm starting that connection with health coaching. It is all about the connection. People do not sign up to have your health coaching sessions on Amazon, right? They need to know you. They need to connect with you. So number 2, then go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell your personal story. And we want to keep this short, so just focus on that juicy bits to keep the listeners engaged. Explain that you understand where they are right now because you've been there yourself. Or if you haven't been exactly there, you can talk about a personal story about some of your clients or a friend who has overcome that problem. Think about what inspired you to become a health coach, and now a wellness educator. And write down all the different personal stories that you can tell. For myself, sometimes I go into this bigger and sometimes smaller, but I had a major accident in 2012. And I had a lot of injuries, and one of them was a traumatic brain injury. And it left me where I couldn't go back to work for years. And I was getting all these treatments done, and nothing was helping. After about 2 years of being on disability, I worked with a health coach. And one of the first things they started me on was, let's get your breakfast changed. And I started to work with smoothies. I couldn't believe that my level 10 headaches were going down to like a level 5 or 6, just changing that up. And then I started to work with the rest of my diet and meditation and essential oils and yoga. I now teach yoga. And all of these holistic measures helped heal me. And I am here today because of that. And I still get teary-eyed when I tell this story, because I think this tragedy now has been a gift. And it's because this is my purpose. I wasn't supposed to work that corporate job in sales and marketing. This is what I am here to do, to help other people heal. And I had to have a complete shift in my life for this to happen. I couldn't believe I didn't know how simple it could be to heal my own body. And why doesn't everybody know that? And so working with clients and working with health coaches with workshops done, it is helping my goal of helping spread that message of health to everybody. I really truly believe every one of us can live the life that we've always imagined. So number 3 is create an intention agenda slide. So think about, what is your intention for your workshop? What are the main points that the agenda that you'll be following up with during the workshop? So here is a slide from the sugar workshop. And so it says, what is the intention for today? And I give extensive speaker notes. And so for this workshop, for me, I like to have some things a little bit more fun. So I might be playing Sugar Sugar by the Archies or Maroon 5 Sugar as people come in. And then I would say really dramatically, my intention today is a big one, and it's absolutely achievable. And that is to permanently change your relationship with sugar. And by doing that, I'm going to go through a Sugar 101. We're going to review my top tips on how you can kick the sugar habit. And at the end, we're going to go through some action steps, things that you can put into your day right away. So as I'm going through the tips, make some notes on your handout of something that you can put into your life. So that would be an example of your intention with agenda. Number 4 is to engage with your audience and your students. And I think this is a little bit more difficult on a webinar and easier in person. Always tailor your workshop to fit your audience. So if you are working with, if you know that one of your workshops is going to be at a school and you know it's going to be a lot of families, you're going to say different things about a tip versus you're working with all men that are over 60. So when I have my speaker notes, each tip has a long list of bullet points. Most people don't read every single bullet point because it's not going to pertain to every single group. So before you even go into the workshop, make sure you can tailor it towards your audience. Ask open-ended questions to get to know them during the workshop. Ask them, what are they hoping to learn? Ask them what they intend to get out of this workshop. And I would love to hear from all of you right now. What do you hope to get out of this workshop today? What is your intention of listening to this workshop about how to structure and write your own workshops so that you can grow your business? So if you want to just put in the chat room what you think, that would be great. And then when you get that feedback, you can adjust it even more and reference back to those conversations during the workshop. A lot of times I'll say, I was talking to Jenny before class, or to say, oh, thank you so much for sharing, and then refer to what that person just said a few more times. Do you think that that person feels special and feels a lot more connected with you? Absolutely. And they can be simple questions. So some of my workshops, when they're at health food stores, people walk in right when the class starts. So I don't get to get a lot of intel beforehand. So I literally will just ask, what brought you here today? What are you hoping to learn? Or if you have a lot of quiet people, just say, like for my detox one, I'll say, how many of you have done a detox before? Raise your hand. And then maybe look at somebody and say, would you mind sharing your experience? Or what do you think of the word detox? So there's a lot of ways that you can see what it is. I'm trying to just go to the chat so I can see. Yeah, so people are just saying, to, like Jan says, like to gain confidence in the creativity, in creation and in delivery. Kathy says, oh, she needs this. It's a great reminder of how to develop a workshop. So Martha wants to know, I want to know if you do a workshop, not knowing who will show up. Or do you have a format where people have to sign up just so you know how many will show up? Yeah, Martha, I cover every single step in the Workshop STEM program, and probably one of the biggest takeaways people have is how to promote their workshop, because I do not just do one or two things. It's a variety of things that you might get 5 people here, 5 people there. So it's a couple different ways that you can have people sign up, so you know who's coming. But also, I always like to overfill my classes because there's usually a few people that won't show up. Let's see, Barbara said, I'm hoping to learn how to start and develop content. Oh, thank you all for sharing. That is wonderful. So number 5 is I was going to say the meat, but with this crowd, I'm going to say the vegetables of the group. So it's how to create content slides with your top tips. So right now, I am giving you the content. I'm giving you tips on how to structure and write your own workshop. So this is the gist of a workshop. It's going to be the main tips that you think that you want your audience to learn. I always think about if you were with a client and they had this issue, what would be your tips? What would be your recommendations? That is probably going to be some of your tips. So each tip is typically a separate PowerPoint slide. It also corresponds with your handout. In the program, I like to give a variety of handouts. So if you are in a workshop setting that people have a table, they can have a handout that has lines. If you're in a yoga studio, maybe you're making your own copies, you just maybe want a one-sheet handout without lines. So think about the top tips that you would recommend. So this is tip number 3 from How to Kick the Sugar Habit, and it's be a label reader. Visuals are very important because it helps people to emotionally connect better. Number 6 is tell stories. This is huge. I will go to a workshop and I just get the education. But when you hear a story about how that education, that knowledge was put in place with a success story, again, you picture yourself solving that problem, the audience member. So it is absolutely essential that you add storytelling to every single workshop. We go in this a lot more in depth in the Workshop STEM program. And if you want to listen to, Joel Osteen, there's so many different people that infuse stories into their workshops. So mention within the workshop your client success experiences and how you've personally overcome something as well. For me, I really can say I was a Diet Coke addict, that I would put ice cream in my sugary cereal. Yes, I did this. And then I'll even talk about clients and how when they do my 5-day detox, it's amazing that at the end of 5 days, they are not drinking that Diet Coke anymore. And I wish I would have had something that was easy to follow. And so I'm saying about my program, I'm talking about some sales, but I'm not being salesy. I'm just telling about experiences. I'm telling stories that they can picture themselves. They can create that vision. And you can all think about yourself giving workshops, creating that vision for yourself, having that vibrant business. There's so many stories from the people that have already done the Workshop STEM program. I've had 3 classes already and been so much fun, and it's amazing the transformation that has happened. So think about that vision of what they can come out with their success. You can even say, from talking with some of you before class, I heard that many of you struggle with this. And so keep infusing the stories back. So here is one of my stories from Workshops Done. This is Rebecca Johnston. She is a rock star. She took a picture giving her first workshop with Workshops Done. This is the detox one. So this was tip number 4, focusing on eating real foods. So she says, this is one of the best decisions I made, was jumping into Workshops Done. I could not have given my first workshop without this program. The PowerPoints, the handouts, the speaker notes were so helpful. And it was a perfect way for her to promote her online detox program. She received signups at the end of her workshop, and she also received people that want to work with her for individual health coaching. So it's all about, you can get paid for the workshop, but you also can get paid by getting people to work with you afterwards. So this is when we take this commercial break from the sponsor, workshopsdone.com. And I invite you all to join the next immersion program, and it begins on March 28th. For more information, you could go to workshopsdone.com. Now, there are 6 more tips on how to structure and write your own workshop to build your health coaching business, and I will be going through those as soon as I am done here. So you might be thinking, well, what is Workshops Done? Is it right for me? Well, it is a step-by-step immersion course with done-for-you workshops and instructions to grow your business with wellness workshops. This includes how to book the workshops at venues. So I have templates and scripts of what to say on the phone, what to say by email, what to say when they say no, how to ask for referrals, how to practice, how to market the workshops. All the details are covered from start to finish. I am a very detailed person. So you do not have to worry about missing one thing. So if you're eager to learn more about how to integrate workshops into your business, Workshops Done would be a perfect solution for you. And I first started my Done For You program. The first one that I purchased was Detox Done. And I have to say, it is smart business to purchase them, because I wouldn't have been able to have a detox program. I just wouldn't have been able to create everything that Julia Sarver has done with that. She went out of her way to think of all the details. And then I took it to make it a success after that. So think about the time that you save when you buy a Done For You program. So what would you get from Workshops Done? In this immersion program, there are 4 modules. There's actually a pre-module that you can start with right away. The pre-module and module 1 are open right now, so you can get going on it. You can also start downloading the workshops and start updating them right away. So each module is set up in a way to help you move forward with your business. So the homework is your business development of adding this new market or growing this market to your business. So the first modules, we're going to learn about the positive mindset. We're going to be creating a wellness workshop e-brochure. This can also be printed for your in-person meetings. You're going to be writing and practicing your intros, your stories, and then learning how to contact venues, getting the idea list, practicing your scripts, common objections, referrals, so much more. I go through, there's so much more that I don't even have time to tell you everything here, but there's like checklists on what to bring. I go a lot more in depth for this workshop on how to structure and write your own wellness workshop in module 4. What to send when you are done with your workshop. You have their email list. What do you send them? How do you follow up with them? This program absolutely has been developed by all of you, by health coaches. And so when people would ask me questions, I would say, oh, yeah, I've done that. I'll add that to the program. So there is a whole section on how to work with grocery stores and trade shows, because I have been working trade shows for over 30 years. And so it just logically turned into my mindful health business, and also grocery stores is a great way to get new people as well. So, and then learning how to promote the wellness workshops, because for me, if I am taking my time to give a workshop, I want every seat full. And I actually, sometimes I just, I'll have classroom style, and then I'll put some seats up in the back theater style because I want it to be packed. I also talk about how to be more inspirational and how to be persuasive during your workshops. Again, I don't think it's about being cheesy or salesy. It's just bringing out who you are and what is your style and how you can tell your stories and to persuade. I'm a little bit of an organizational freak, so I talk a lot about how to organize all of this material because there's so many materials to download, how to organize it. And then you have access to me. I am your coach. You get to experience what a group coaching experience is like, and in our Facebook page. And then we have those 4 live webinars that are very interactive. 7 is, we're going to go back. We are now back to our regular program. And actually, I'm going to just take a time just to look at some of the comments before I go on. So Jessica asked, do you charge for your workshops or are they free? I do both. So most of my workshops, when I first started, they were free because I was gaining my experience and I was gaining my list. So I did it at a lot of yoga studios, different things like that. But then probably just like a couple months in, then I would charge. The starting rate I did was $395 for an hour. And I had so much hesitation. Am I worth it and all that? And I just stuck to it, and people pay for it. So, and your rates go up the more experience that you get. So there's many corporate workshops that you can get over 1,000 for the time. I shared with my Workshops Done members only group, I just signed a contract, and it was, it's $4,000 for 3 days. And it's just like so much fun when you can add income. And even if you just do like 1 workshop a week at like $395, that's over $20,000, just that. Now, sometimes when I do a corporate workshop that I'm getting paid for, I am not going to do as much sales. I won't have a slide at the end getting them into my detox, but I will refer to experiences. And a lot of times they will still ask me because they have my business card. They have all my information on the handout and follow up with me that way. Let's see, Lori Harris asks, she said, Lori's mindset work is so amazing and helped me so much in my own practice and personal growth. Oh, thank you, Lori. Yeah, I still struggle with mindset, and so I work on it every single day. And if we listen to our fears, we're not going to go forward in our business, and people are waiting for us. So we have to push through that. That's one of the reasons why I did this as an immersion program, because public speaking, even just calling on the phone to get the booking, is scary. And when we know that a group of 50 people are doing it together, and we have accountability groups in this course as well, people are counting on you. You have to do it. And so it's amazing how when we do it together and we work and we challenge our mindset, we don't ignore it. We are aware of it and we challenge that. Let's see, Lori says, love your tips and enthusiasm and the way you connect with your audience. And let's see, anyone else? Do you charge per presentation venue or per person? You can do either way. I typically prefer to charge per workshop, and then the organization can charge per person, or they just have them come for free, because a wellness workshop usually has a great following. So if you're at a grocery store, they would pay you, and then their attendees just get to, or the people shopping get to come for free. If it's corporate, they pay you and everybody comes for free. But you can absolutely do it that it's $25 a person, whatever your charge is. So yeah, there's many different ways to do that. So I'm just going to minimize the chat room. And so we're back to it here. Number 7 is on how to structure and write your workshop is create a conclusion slide with an action plan for them. So you've gone through all your tips. Now I want you to pull the entire workshop together by giving a quick summary. Then create a slide that asks the audience to create an action plan for what they want, what they learned today. Have them recognize their aha moments. I always like to ask them to share, one or two things that they can put into action. A lot of times I'll say, like, pick that low-hanging fruit, something that's easy that you've done before, so then you can be like, yeah, I'm so great, I did this, and the next thing, and the next thing. And when I have a smaller group, I will do, or I should say, I do this with many different size groups, but I'll do a paired share so that they get together with two people and it's about a minute each that they share what their action plans are going to be. If it's a really small group, I'm just going to say, okay, let's go around and everybody is going to share with it what they are going to do. I love, and I know this might sound scary to some of you, but I like to health coach on the spot. A lot of people don't know what health coaching is, and so we need to show them what a health coach is. So if they say, yeah, I'm going to add more water into my day, I'll challenge them and say, well, what does that look like for you? How much water? When are you going to be drinking? And then they'll give it more thought, and they'll say, well, I'm going to be drinking about 100 ounces of water, and I'm going to, I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm just going to focus on water. And so then I'll give them some ideas, rubber bands around the cups, water apps, putting it on your phone, reminders, having a friend do it with you, having goals of how many ounces per hour or per, time slot. And then I'll say, what one feels best to you to start off with? And then they'll say, oh, I think I'm just going to put, 8 rubber bands around my water bottle. And every time I fill up my water bottle, I'm going to take one off for the end of the day. And so I'll say, okay, let's see how that works. And if that's successful, you can keep doing that. If not, we would talk again. And if you were my health coaching client, this is how it would interact, that we think about all the details. And we would talk about the roadblocks. What would make it that you wouldn't be able to achieve this goal? And then they would say, well, it's because I don't always carry my water bottle with me at night. Okay, so just going deeper and deeper, just like your health coaching on the spot. And it's amazing that people realize, wow, when I have support, I can achieve so much more. And I know I don't have to tell you all. Let's see, I'm hearing, will you provide any ideas? I'm just going back to the chat room, sorry. Will you provide any ideas on the rate we should charge for the workshops? Yeah, so it depends on what workshop, how long it's going to be. So and then who you're targeting, because obviously if you're working with people who are at a lower income, $30 for an hour might not really work, but maybe if it's a half-day program, the $30 would work. So it really varies, and that is something that in our Workshop STEM program, that in the Facebook group is like questions that are asked that we can try to figure out together, like what is it that you're looking for, what are other workshops going for. The workshops that I have in the program are really detailed, so people can do it in an hour, but they can also create like a 6-week group coaching program off of just how to kick the sugar habit. They can make it into 2 half-day programs. So it's not an easy answer because it varies on what you are doing. So number 8 is create a question slide. So at the beginning, when you do your intention, I always like to let people know, like, hey, just ask questions throughout, or I'll say there'll be some time for questions at the end. When it is a very large group, I always have the questions at the end because I don't want to have just 1 or 2 people, which tends to happen with a group over 80, that they might kind of dominate the group. So I'll say at the end, there's going to be time for some questions, and then let them know that it will be for like a few minutes. Now, if people are not asking questions, and sometimes I'll just even say this anyway, is I'll say, I just want to let you all know that I am going to be here after the workshop to talk to you about some of your personal questions that maybe don't pertain to the whole group, or maybe you don't feel comfortable talking to them about it. This is a secret. Absolutely. I book clients after the workshop. I have many health histories. So make sure that you plan in your calendar to spend at least an hour after each workshop that you can talk to people if they would like that. So number 9, and you have to, especially if it's a free program, they are going to be expecting this. Create a call to action slide that's for you. What do you want the audience to do next? So this is a slide from a workshop I gave in January. So I was telling them about that I had this 5-day Whole Foods cleanse coming up, and I explained what it is, but sometimes it's just health coaching. Sometimes it's about I want them to sign up for something. So let them know they want to be told what to do next. So number 10 is create testimonial slides. So here is one of my slides from workshops done. So this is Donna. Yeah, she listened, she did the work, and she just keeps going at it. She just said, Lori, thank you for providing all this useful information, but the organizational structure, there's so much useful information here, and I'm learning a lot from this course. Thank you for being so generous with your talent and your time and your efforts. It's going to change lives, and it is. Like she took the tip of working with partners. So she did some, like this is her first time when she did her workshops. She worked with 3 other partners. So when you can work with a chiropractor, when you can work with other people in the wellness industry, or maybe you work with a financial advisor, you work with somebody like that, and you combine your list and you can make a bigger event out of it. So another testimonial here. This is from Heather. So I do show my pull-up slide. I give you exactly like what I ordered from. There are people who have almost the exact same posters as me now, and that's fine. But Heather just says, Lori is a born mentor and leader. This program has helped me step outside my comfort zone, gain confidence, and grow my business. Well, Heather said this right after the Workshops Done program. Yeah, she's unstoppable, and her comfort zone is being now a public speaker and just being out in front of everyone. Suzanne, she just says, I recommend working with Lori, that I humbly present materials with energy, that it's really organized. I have a lot of scripts, and everything is customizable. Everything is you can edit for yourself. That I am generous. It's always so embarrassing to read this, but I am generous in the fact that if you have a question, and if I have done that before, I will probably share it with you. So people are able to, she's just saying that it really helped her expand her own business. So back to the program. Tip number 11, inform the audience of your niche market. This is something a lot of people miss, that they give a workshop, but they don't tell them who they want to work with. I know I don't want to waste my time on a health history that I don't want to work with that person. So I don't work with athletes. I don't, there's certain people I just don't work with. And so I let them know, I work with people that are eating the standard American diet. I especially love when people have brain issues like headaches or depression or anxiety. So let them know who is your ideal client. And if people have said before class or during the workshop certain words to you about what they struggle with, repeat that in the exact same terminology that they said. Yeah, I work with people that are addicted to soda and I help them get off of it, whatever it is. So, and tell them the details of what a health consult, maybe you call it a discovery session, a health history, but let them know like what that looks like. So I'm picky about who I want to work with, and I think we all should be, right? So I have a template form in the Workshops Done program that you can put your times that you are available, so you can have people schedule on the spot because they are inspired right then and there. So get them while they're hot and have them sign up for a time to meet with you. Sometimes I'll even have sessions that night, after an hour, especially if it's at a grocery store because they might go shopping. The next day, that next week is when you want to do it. Pass around that clipboard. The next day, confirm everything with an email. Also let them know, okay, I'm going to be available for 45 minutes after class for these individual conversations. And again, these are going to be mini health histories. And I've literally had people say, okay, so what do I need to do to work with you? Like, okay, I'll send you the contract. We'll meet on, let's figure out the first date we're going to meet and go from there. I have been on a wait list with clients for a long time. And so I let people know, right now I'm not able to take any new clients, but in about 30 days, I'm going to have openings for 2 people. So if we work out, if we become a match that we want to work with each other, I'll give you some things to work on right now, and then we'll meet in a month. So the last tip, and I actually have 14 tips in in workshops done, but I condensed, like this one is 2 together. Make sure you have everyone's email address. In the program, I have a template for like the sign-in sheet, just to make sure everyone knows that they signed in. And during the workshop, tell them what gifts you're going to be sending them via email. I usually have something kind of up my sleeve that I know I'm going to send them, maybe some recipes, maybe like the handout to send electronically. But sometimes things just come up during a workshop and people will ask, and I'll say, oh, I could create that for you, or that's a great idea. I'll do that, or I have that. Does everybody want me to send that handout from this other workshop okay, I'll send that out. And so then they will make sure that they open up that email because you're sending them, these gifts. So make sure you follow up with email the next day or within a few days. Sometimes if I have a couple workshops day to day, I'll say, I will be following up with you on Friday, by the end of the week. Ask for their business again, give them another opportunity to sign up for a health history with you, or maybe a link to your online group program or whatever it is. And I think it's very important to always say thank you. Like I am so grateful that all of you are online with me right now. Let's see, there's a lot of you here and a lot of you are going to be watching the replay, and we have a lot of choices in our day of how to spend our time. I mean, it is one thing after another. So by you being here today, I know that you are serious about wanting to change your life, changing your business in a new direction that is a smarter way to do business and to inspire more people and to build your workshops. So if you're in like the sugar workshop, you could just say like, thank you so much for being here. Like, I know that you are serious about making a change in your health. And they're like, yeah, I am serious. Yeah, what's the next thing I need to do to keep going on this? And I'm going to go answer some questions now. So I'm going to go in the chat room. So if you want to either go into the chat or the Q&A, I will be asking or answering some more questions. Let's see. Martha said, if you're doing a presentation, say at a grocery store or a corporation who has hired you, do they hear all of your topics and then choose one? Yeah, what I typically do is when I sit down with like a company, I give them my brochure, and the e-brochure that we create in workshops done lists all your different workshops that you provide. So it would have the title, and I have alternative titles, the age group that is really good for the summary. I also have like an optional add-on for something that's interactive in a workshop. And so I will ask them questions about their employees, what do they struggle with, so that we can come up with a plan. What I like to do with companies is have a annual contract. So say if they are doing like 6 workshops in a year every other month, like for example, one client I have is a restaurant management company. So they're stressed, they're working all different hours, and so it's like, okay, of course we're going to do the stress busters one, of course we're going to do the secrets to sleep, so there's some that I would suggest from hearing them, but then otherwise they look at my list. Some of them put out polls to their clients, to their employees, but I'll say like my most popular one is how to kick the sugar habit. So if it's just a one-timer, I typically would do that one. let's see. So let me know if that answered your question, Martha. Let's see. Linka said, you are really super generous, Lori, and I'm so happy I found your program. Yeah, she's done the workshops, done course, and still working it. And let's see, I'm not sure who this is because it says PayPal, but she says, or he says, at what point during the presentation do you inform the audience of your niche market? Is this done after you take questions? I usually do it before I ask questions, but it can be done either way. A lot of times I just want to make sure I get it in because it's very important to stay on time. If you have your workshop from 6 to 7 p.m., I am going to finish up at exactly 7 p.m. and not keep anyone longer because I don't want to disrespect their time. So I always want to make sure I can get it in. If I'm going to keep anything short, it would be the questions part of it. And let's see, Lori said, if they do not have a screen for a PowerPoint, any tips to keep them engaged and not read ahead on the handouts? Yeah, and I actually sometimes prefer workshops without handouts because then it's usually a smaller group. And it's you are the one that's being engaging because you're asking them questions, you're getting them engaged by the comments that you have. The handouts, is just, like 3 lines of summaries, and then there's lines that they can make notes. So you are not giving them all the information. You're giving them much more than just what's there in the handout. You're going deeper into it. Oh yeah, Martha says, yes, very helpful, and thank you. And I'll have some time for more questions in a little bit because I'm going to talk a little bit more about workshops done. So what is all included? So you get 2 workshops with it, the sugar workshop and the stress busters. So all of these, you get 2 handouts. The sugar one, I have another handout about 30 reasons why sugar is ruining your health. The extensive speaker notes, PowerPoint presentation, for the workshop, and for those of you who have done the program, again, who have done it before, the webinar presentation is coming out too. It's the same workshop, but like the different things about, like, you wouldn't pair up with somebody if you're doing a webinar. You would just have something that says, put in the chat room, what is your action plan? But all the marketing things, Facebook event covers, social media images, also all the things that I create in Canva, I give you the link so you can just update them on your own if you want. I also have videos on how to do Canva and a lot of other things. Sugar-related photos, gosh, I don't know, there's probably like 30 or 40. Flyers to promote it, signs, labels, because with sugar, I like to have like a sugar display, so I go whole into that part as well. For this handouts, so again, I just wanted to show you what they look like, and obviously every workshop is going to have different tips. So the one with the lines is more the worksheet, and then the other one is going to be the one that's just going to be for like a yoga studio or something like that. During the PowerPoint presentation, you can have the speaker notes 2 different ways. So one, I have the notes down below so that when you are doing the PowerPoint presentation, you can present it on the screen, but then you can see the notes on your computer. I actually prefer to have just like physical paper in my hands that has the speaker notes, that if I just need to glance down and I'll see tip number 10 is eat naturally sweet foods. And then I'll go, oh yeah, okay, this is what I'm going to be talking about. For stress busters, it's very similar. Again, 2 handouts, speaker notes, 2 PowerPoint presentations, all of the social media images, stress-related flyers, both of these workshops on their own. So if you don't want to do the workshops done program, you can just buy workshops done for you on their own, and that's $349 for each workshop. So here is Edie. She's so much fun. She just says, Lori has created this comprehensive program and provided complete done-for-you materials. She was able to customize everything, present this content-packed workshop with ease. So she just says thanks, and she's like, is it worth it? Like 1,000 times over. Lori has tested everything and offers huge support and generous inspiration. And I just want to let you know too, this is my 4th time doing the Workshops Done course. This is the last time that I'm going to call it the beta test group. So you'll see at the end, I'm going to have some bonuses. This will be the last time of the extreme bonuses. And the reason why I am doing this as a beta test as well, is because I moved to a fancy software program. And I would love to hear from you. Is there a typo? Is there something going on? I have an editor, so hopefully everything is all good. I have tons of bonus materials. So you can go onto my website, workshopsdone.com/program, to see all this too. But it's sign-in sheets, even just like the flyer that you put in a stand that says sign in here, press release samples so you can get promotions on each workshop, especially if you're doing it at a public space, raffle tickets, register to win, health history samples. Again, that creation of that e-brochure is huge. How to have your biography laid out, confirmation form for workshops, all the templates. Like this is a template for the small gift certificates. So I sometimes, if somebody doesn't sign up on the spot for health history, I'll say, you know, here, I want to give you a gift. Here is a gift certificate to meet with me for 30 minutes. But it's better to do it on the spot, but sometimes it's just, you need to have that there. Also, I talk a lot about, you know, with the trade show raffles and different kind of gift certificates. I have that at large. All the color palettes that I use, you can change it to your own color, checklist of items, sample pieces. All these webinars are recorded. And then all the handouts, there's a lot of handouts. And then as a Workshops Done member, when you take the immersion course, you become a member, and then you get to have 25% off the additional workshops for the next year. And there's a lot more than just that. So here's an example of like one of the assignments. So this would be like how to structure a workshop. So again, room for you to put that on. Here is an example of the e-brochure. You have places for 2 spots for your bio, and then you go down with the list of all the different workshops that you offer. So when I talk about grocery stores, trade shows, I will go through everything from where I even got my little fork man with my business cards on, which is so much fun and definitely a conversation starter. But even signs that just say like, ask a health coach, because when you're at a grocery store, you need something to draw them into you. So I am here at Fresh Time, which is more of a Midwest grocery chain. So Mary is awesome. She's like, if you're on the fence about investing in this program, just jump in. You'll be glad you did. The quality of the content Lori provides is thorough, high quality, and oh so time saving. Yeah. If Workshops Done would have been available for me when I first started, I absolutely would have bought it, because I went that first year just writing the workshops, one a month, without, you know, I wasn't getting paid for a lot of those workshops. And I gave my health coaching clients, my first one I did like 80% off, then I did 60% off, 40% off. So it took me my 4th client before I was full price. And now my rates are actually even higher, so you can keep going up. So the Workshops Done is on a Teachable site now. So it's really organized. I think it's similar to IIN, if anybody went to the Institute of Integrated Nutrition. So right now, here is the bundle. You get the course and how to kick the sugar habit, and then the stress busters. So this is how it looks like, and this is really hard to see, I'm sure, because it's small, but this is how it's laid out. So each time you listen to a video, go through an assignment, you can have it clicked done, so you know exactly where you are at. So you can see, like in the pre-module, like right now, you can go through the overview of the program, watch a video. I'll talk about the accountability partner expectations, how to create time for Workshops Done. And then module 1, again, it's mindset, how to download all the information, the materials, updating them, writing your intro, your bio, storytelling, creating your future list of new clients. Webinar module 2, mindset again, how to create the e-brochure, how to book the workshops. Oh, a spreadsheet so you can be organized. It's really important when you're calling on venues that you keep a way of tracking your phone call conversations. And I have about 4 different ways that you can organize that. So you can go on, I mean, workshop, how to set up a workshop that you need to know. Is it theater style, U-shape, boardroom? I mean, I was in event planning and with sales and marketing for 25 years when I was at Meet Minneapolis Convention Visitors Association, and I've planned events all over the world. It was so much fun. And I could go back there if I wanted, but this is my dream now. So go through here, see all the things that you can do about how to promote, what you need to bring, all the different things that you need for here. So there's 4 live webinars, and so it's more like a group coaching experience. You can ask a lot of questions through that. And again, they're all recorded. So if you can't be live, I have them at 4 different times of the day. And I did that so I want everyone to attend at least one live. So we have this most awesome, I might be biased, Facebook group of everyone that lifts each other up. And so yesterday, like just an example post, like Jill, she just wrote, today I just had the best conversation with a local business person, and wow, she was loving the workshop idea, not only for her own business, but put me in touch with several other people. See, it's the referrals that I talk about. It's true that once you make the first call, just keep making them. I'm more confident in 2 weeks, and it continues to get easier. Reaching out, that is. I thought I wasn't good enough, but wow, the response has been nothing but excitement. Just do it. Make those calls, get out there and be visible. It just shows we are such an amazing group. Like, I have never met a health coach that wasn't kind, loving, compassionate, and supportive. And so yes, you're going to be in your accountability groups, but you are supporting everybody in the group, people who have taken this course before and people who are going through it right now. So it's so much fun to keep that inspiration going. I have accountability partners in this group if you would like. And how it works is that if you would like to be in a group, you're put in a group of about 3 to 4 people. Now, there are expectations of this group, so you would want to watch the video and read to see what you think. But bottom line, you meet about once a week, so 4 different times during the program, and you give each other feedback, you talk about things that are holding you back, and you coach each other. What I have found is that I had a lot of health coaches say that they would buy programs and they wouldn't actually do them, or they wouldn't launch a program. And so that's why I made this an immersion program, so we can do it together and that we are going to be accountable as well. I absolutely believe that we are here, that we can lift each other up. None of us are competition with each other because there are so many people that need help, and that we are stronger together. So the next course starts March 28th. So you'll receive all the workshops and handouts, the PowerPoints, and all that more. So it's a value of over $2,000. So you will get everything listed for just $797. And there is this awesome, like super awesome, never will this happen again, early bird discount. This is available until Tuesday, March 26th, 12 a.m. Eastern Time. So you will receive $200 off. You will also receive another whole workshop, and that's a $349 value. So $549 is what you're getting when you get that early bird special. So you get all the 4 live trainings, all the tons of downloads, 3 made-for-you workshops for just $597. So that's a value of over $2,300. And I know I'm a little insane. I get that, because this is such a good deal. Even if you just wanted those 2 workshops, you might as well just sign up for the program, because it's less expensive to do this than to even buy those 2 workshops separately. So it's workshopsdone.com/program. And you will also be able to take the 5th course. You will all be able to join the next class for free as well. And so far I've had everybody have the opportunity. You can take the class as many times as you want. That may keep going on. I'm not quite sure. But for sure, I'm going to be having a summer program. So you can take it now. But if you're like, oh, my schedule's a little busy, maybe you want to sign up now, but do it in the summer. Or again, you can have this as self-paced as well. So the detox bundle that you're going to get, it actually is two different titles. I have Detox Secrets and I have Detoxing Your Body for Beginners. They're very similar workshops, but I kind of use them for different kind of demographics. So again, it comes out with all the different things, the social media. They're actually detox related flyers, and it's a $349 value. So you have the choice that you can have one payment of $597, or you can do it at 3 payments of $199. And I get that your payments are going to be after the program even ends, but I want to make it that it's really important to me that this is accessible for everybody, because I don't want the financial aspect to hold you back. And so that's another reason why it's not priced higher right now. I want you to be able to have the chance to grow your business, because you are here to help people heal. I am here for the same purpose, and we need to make sure we can do that. So sign up today. And if you have any questions, you can email me at info@mindfulhealthwithlori.com, or you can call me. I know people are always like, you give your phone number? Of course I do. 612-720-1335. And we can see if this program is right for you. So if you have any more questions about how to structure your workshop or about the workshop STEM program, please let me know. I'm just going to go into the chat room. Okay, let's see. Jan says, can we get a replay of this presentation? Oh, she got interrupted. Absolutely. So as soon as it gets uploaded, I'm going to be sending it out via email to everyone that signed up. So probably in about just like 3 hours, you should get it. And yeah, and make sure that you do watch the entire thing, because there's a lot of good information. Julie said, this is a great presentation and information. Thank you. Oh, thanks for being here. I just purchased the course. Yay! High five, Julie. And I'm looking around on the screen while listening. Is the Detoxing Your Body for Beginners in the bundle? It seems there are several links for stress busters instead of the detox. Okay. So the detox, I'm not sure if I exactly understand, but you will get today when you sign up the workshops course, the how to kick the sugar habit, and the stress busters, and the detoxing is going to be up by Friday. I do have another workshop that's called because I'm going to have more and more workshops available for sale, but one is called the pre-detox live webinar, and that is specifically for people who have purchased Detox Done with Julia, and with the 5-day detox for people who wanted to have the slides and not have to look at notes. So there might be some confusing for that. But Julie, just message me if that did not answer your question. Oh, Michelle says, what does the course entail? So yeah, you may have texted this. I think you messaged this before I got to everything, but it's the 4 live webinars. You get 3 full workshops, and then all that downloadable material to help support you. And then I am your group coach. So you have access to me. We have our awesome Facebook group that you just stay in. It's not like it's just for this course. You also have access to take this course again for the summer. So you have access to this course and the summer course. And Jessica, my virtual assistant, she's posting the link for everyone to sign up. Yes, okay. A lot of people, are there replays? Absolutely, there's a replay. Let's see. If we did a past immersion program with you, can we join on the spring course? Absolutely, Kathy. Thank you for asking that. Yeah, anybody who has done the Workshops Done course before, because I have had these beta test groups, and so I want to make sure that you always have the most updated information. And plus, sometimes, like, I would love to take the IIN course again right now, because you're at a different position in your life, and then you can absorb different information. So yeah, Kathy, I'm going to be sending out an email to everybody who has done this program before, and that's either going to be on Friday or Monday of next week to invite you all to the new software and everything like that. So yeah, and so it's really amazing. So thank you for asking that. Is there any other questions here? Let me just look. Okay, I think, Jessica, do we have them all? Is there anything that I missed? I think it's good. So again, I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me for all this time. Again, if you have any questions, just email me, call me. I would love to chat with you and see if the program is right for you. Oh, great. I'm having some people saying, this is so great. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, and it says, okay, the previous website. Yes. So right now, I just had a question from Linka, who has been in the workshop STEM program before. Yeah. So the old site is still staying up for right now. And so you can get all your information from that. And then in a couple of days, you'll be access to the new site. People are saying you're awesome. Thank you. Thank you all. You guys are awesome. So I believe the first thing to do is to believe in yourself. It is absolutely the first secret to success. So again, thank you all so much and have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.